was definitely to win it. I mean, again, my best friend ended up winning it, and he really got me thinking in a different way. He got me playing golf in a different way. He was helping me a lot off the golf course and small things on the golf course as well. And my third year was what I could say was my breakthrough year as an amateur. I really worked hard in my third year. I pushed myself leaps and bounds to just see where I could go, and I think I must have started the year in about 135, I think, on the amateur rankings. And that December I was ranked inside the top 50.
Wow. So
that was really a breakthrough year for me. I won a few tournaments around my college, the 72-hole championship, which I won. And then more importantly, the amateur tournaments that I was playing. Again, I was playing a full season on the amateur, tour. And, you know, I had very good finishes where a couple of the stroke plays I finished inside the top 20. The match play, I remember I got knocked out in the quarterfinals. And then a few of the other events, you know, I put myself in contention to win. I never won an amateur event, but I really gave myself good opportunities. I was shooting some good scores. And, you know, for me, again, I've said it, and, you know, that was really a breakthrough year for me, 2015. That was my third year. 2015 really propelled me to believe that pro golf is for me. So the year carried on through, and, you know, I was hoping to make the Eisenhower team that year for Kenya. And, you know, unfortunate circumstances that the coach at that time didn't want me because I never played a single amateur event in Kenya for the past year and a half. You know, my scores were sent through, my rankings were sent through, my stats were sent through, everything was sent through, but I just, for reasons that shall not be mentioned, I was not selected, and I decided that I was done with Kenyan golf. I had been investing too much time into the game, and there was a lot of disappointment and disappointment coming from the other side. So I said, look, it's not worth my time, and let me just focus on myself and focus in doing well on the South African scene, which is what I did. So I graduated in December of 2015. You know, after that it was a decision as to what the step forward is. And I felt like, you know, I never really wanted to rush to turn pro. There were still a few things that I wanted to achieve, and one of them was playing provincial golf for Central Gauteng, which is the Joburg kind of metropolitan area. Because, you know, over there you pretty much have the best of the best golfers playing in Central Gauteng. So I wanted to play for the province, and I got my opportunity in May of 2016, where, you know, I got selected to play for the Challenge IPT, and that was fun. That was fun because I was playing with guys who were at probably the best of their game at that time. You know, I remember playing a match play and shooting 4 under and losing. Wow. And, you know, you walk off the course with a smile on your face, but you're upset that you lost the match. So, you know, that was a really good tournament for me, because it gave me the exposure as well. And that happened in May of 2016. I was still inside the top 50 of the rankings at that time. And then I started playing IGTs, which I did quite a bit as well. And I had a very good streak of tournaments from about May to July. I played about 7 tournaments, and out of those 7, 5 of them I was actually in the lead. But including amateur events as well. But unfortunately I never managed to close one of them off. But Man, it was incredible because I used to step onto the golf course and I used to shoot 65, 66, 67 in my sleep. And you know, at that time, there were again golfers who are currently on the Sunshine Tour that were trying to make it as well. So I was competing with those guys, and you know, it really, I was headed in a very, very good direction.
Yes.
And then, 2016 was a fun year because one of my boys, shout out Carl Wambasi, he actually took me with him to the Ryder Cup to America.
Yes.
And what an experience that was, because I watched each player practice and play. That was an experience for me to see that what I do when I practice
Yes.
is actually right.
Yes.
That I'm actually not practicing the wrong things.
Yes.
And that goes to the guys at BSI Golf that taught me how to practice. How exactly? Yeah. What are you looking for in a practice round?
Yes.
You know, getting a feel of the bunkers, getting a feel of the greens, getting a feel of the grass, understanding how the ball behaves on the greens,
Yes.
Altitude, understanding how far the ball travels. So eventually you have to kind of take that Bryson DeChambeau approach.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to take that approach to golf because yes, you don't have to go scientifically crazy about it, but the small things the small sciences that you need to know actually make a difference in when you're competing. And you know, I never mentioned it, but you know, when playing an amateur circuit in South Africa, you don't play in just one city. You play across the whole country.
Wow.
So that also prepared me for like tour life,
Yes.
for the traveling part of things.
Yes.
You know, having to drive 12 hours from Joburg to PE,
Yes.
just because it's cheaper, because you're going to spend more time there. You need a car while you're down there.
Yes.
It's cheaper to take your own car than it is to rent a car.
Yes.
All those many things is, you know, I learned so much from playing amateur golf there. You know, whether it meant traveling from back-to-back events, or
Yes.
taking a flight, you know, traveling with 10 of your buddies and renting a house and staying together.
Yes.
And then, you know, there comes times when you have to deal with certain things where if you haven't played well and your buddy has played well, the mood is different. Or if
Yes.
you've played well and the rest of
haven't
your
played
buddies,
well. Yes.
you know, you're in a joyful mood, but they're all sad and everything. You have to learn to deal with those things. And these are things that prepare you for the future, not just in golf, but off the golf course as well.
True.
And, you know, big up the Golf RSA, as it's called, for having those events. You know, the reason that I moved from here to South Africa was to become a better golfer, was to get more exposure and to take the game as far as I can.
Yes.
And the Golf RSA have it right. Golf RSA are building golfers from 6, 7, 8, 9 years old.
Yes.
And you have under 9 tournaments. Here we don't have that. You have under 11 tournaments. Here we don't have that.
Yes.
So the IGT tour was something that I was really focusing my time on. Really playing a lot of IGTs, playing the amateurs where I could. And eventually, after a few good results, I'm like, all right, I'm comfortable now. I'm ready to do it.
Yes.
So 2017 July, I turned pro, got my official confirmation, I should say.
Yes.
And within a month, I was playing on the Sunshine Tour. So from August to December, August to December, I played on the Sunshine Tour. And to be honest, I didn't play well at all. I'll be honest, it's completely different. It's a different ball game. So I didn't play too well. But more than that, I actually learned quite a bit.
Yeah. It's a nice thing,
I learned a lot. You know, I was traveling a lot with a friend of mine from Zimbabwe, Stefan Anderson, who you know.
Yes.
And, you know, he was kind of, I don't want to say teaching me the ways, but just kind of guiding me through it.
Yeah, showing you the ropes.
Showing me the ropes, exactly. Yeah. So, you know, that was a very, it was a learning period for me.
Yes.
You know, you can never stop learning in golf.
That is true.
You can never stop learning. So 2017 came, and you know, for me it was a good year nonetheless.
Yeah.
A very good year nonetheless. And 2018 came around the corner, and my focus was playing the Kenya Open.
Yes.
I never really, so I didn't have a spot for the Open.
Yes.
And there were 25 spots up for grabs.
Yes.
And I had to actually play the qualifiers. So I actually moved back here,
Yes.
January 2018 up until March.
Yes.
And I played the qualifiers. I got in on the last event. I made my life very difficult.
Grinding it out.
That's what it's about. So I played the Open at Muthaiga,
Yes.
and I was one of two Kenyans to make the cut.
Yes.
And again, that really boosted me
big.
going forward. Yeah,
It's big.
yeah. Over here, it's a very big thing, and I really did myself proud. I learned a lot. You know, it was probably the first time I had maybe 2,000, 3,000 people walking with me, but I loved it. I really enjoyed being out there.
That's good
Yeah.
to hear that. Good to hear that.
So I went back to South Africa, played more on the Sunshine Tour.
Yes.
And then Karen Masters came around for the first time as well. And again, I was in a very good position after the 2 rounds. I was coming top 20.
Yes.
A bit of a slip up in the 3rd round, a very good 4th round. And that again just propelled my Sunshine Tour going for the rest of the year of 2018.
Yes.
And then 2019 came around the corner, and I don't want to say I wanted a different challenge. I just wanted to test myself out of Africa, and I played on the MENA Tour.
Yes.
And that was just incredible. So I mean, that was something else, because you know, we played. I was there for 8 weeks.
Yes.
We played golf courses. Every golf course came with a par 3 golf course.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get that anywhere else. And all the golf courses we played on was designed by Jack Nicklaus, Greg Norman, Gary Player, Colin Montgomery, Ernie Els for that matter. And we just played on such immaculate golf courses. It was a treat to be playing these courses.
Yes.
So that went well for me. And then I came back. I played the Karen Masters. Unfortunately, missed the cut. And then I was left with a decision, and it's kind of the reason that we are seated here today.
Yes.
I wanted to play the Kenya Open.
Yes.
In 2020.
Yes.
But I was not given status or I was not given an exemption to play.
Yes.
And the only way that I could play the Kenya Open was if I played the Safari Tour. They were not looking at my outside scores. They were not bothered about what I was doing outside. They only care if you play golf in Kenya. So I wanted to play the Open, and I decided, all right, I'm going to come back and I'm going to play the Safari Tour. So the Safari Tour has been going well for me. You know, early into the tour, I got contracted by ABSA.
Yes.
That really helped me out. I had a few good results finish early in the season, a few good results mid-season. Even at the turn of the year into 2020, I had a couple good results as well, but I actually missed my last 2 cuts.
Yes.
Which kind of costed me.
Yes.
But a week before the Open, I found out I was playing, so that was good. And here we go. I found out on, I think it was a Tuesday, that I was playing. On the Friday before the Kenya Open was supposed to start the following week,
Yes.
we got the notification that
Yes.
that COVID has hit.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So in between those times, you know, looking back as well, there was, you know, a few Uganda Opens that we played, good finishes in, a couple of Tanzania Opens as well.
Yes.
You know, just playing around where I can. Played in Zim as well.
Yes.
Anyway, coming back to 2020, wow. And here we are seated. I mean, you know,
Yes.
COVID hit.
Yes, it did.
The world went into lockdown.
Yes.
And I didn't know where I stood.
Yes.
I didn't know, you know, a part of me is still currently in South Africa.
Yes.
I'm not yet here as such.
Yes.
There's still a part of me in South Africa, but you know, when COVID hit, the main thing was how am I gonna keep my game sharp?
Yes.
What am I gonna do? And that's what we're sitting on today.
Yes.
Is that this was built in order to keep my game sharp. I never knew when competitive golf was coming back.
Come around, yes.
And you know, this whole facility was built to just, you know, stay sharp. It was actually supposed to be up there, but my mum, being my mum, wanted to preserve her garden.
Understood.
So she gave me this, and you know, very, very grateful to have this in my backyard. I think it's every golfer's dream to have such a thing.
Definitely one of my dreams. I'll work on that. So Mohit, I know you said COVID hit. You're here at home, back in Kenya. What other layers do you have? What else are you doing with the game of golf in Kenya?
Yeah, so I'm doing a lot of coaching at the moment.
Oh, nice.
You know, once again, thanks to BSI, I studied my PGA. So I'm doing a lot of coaching here. So this was built actually for myself to sharpen up my own game.
Yes.
But then, you know, we saw competitive golf was not going to come back for a while.
Yes.
So I started doing coaching, and the idea came of why not just coach from home as well.
True.
So
Makes sense.
I've started using this little facility that I have here to do coaching from home.
Yes.
Coaching from Sigona. You know, Sigona is my home. I'm there almost every day.
Yes.
So I do a lot of coaching at Sigona, and I fit my students where they want, when they want, especially here.
Yes.
You know, the guys that finish work a little bit late and don't want to travel to Sigona, they come here and have the lessons here.
Yes.
So that's also convenient for me as well.
True.
You know, I'm just trying to grow the game of golf in Kenya. You know, more solely, I want to do more on the pro side of things.
Yes.
But the coaching, definitely, I found a lot of success in the coaching. I've had students that have dropped ridiculous amounts. I've had students that have had incredible performances. So I'm starting to see that my coaching is actually doing something.
Yes.
So I've actually started enjoying the coaching part of things as well. Yeah. So I just feel that we lack it here.
Yeah.
We lack it here.
I can imagine with the experience you've had over, I guess, maybe what, almost 10 years?
10 years.
In South Africa and back into Kenya. I can tell you for a fact, you know, for me as an amateur golfer, we definitely don't have half of what you talked about.
No.
Just from even
No.
preparation to tournaments,
Yeah.
to how to play a practice round,
Yeah.
proper teaching,
Yeah.
fitting. So definitely be booking.
You know, one thing you haven't even mentioned is the psychology part of it. And,
Exactly.
you know, the one reason that I want to go back again,
Yeah.
that the one reason that my golf actually transformed, and big up yourself, Mark Fairbank from BSI Golf. He was the one who transformed me. He got me thinking different. I stopped thinking golf swing. I stopped having fear in my game, and he really got me thinking very different. And we need that in this country. We need the golf psychologists. We need the sports psychologists here. We
Yes.
don't have that.
Yes.
And there's a whole lot of stuff that comes with preparation to golf tournaments, like you said.
Yes.
You know, nutrition is one of them. On-course work is the other, and we don't have that here. We really struggle for that here. It's, you know, I speak for myself, but for some other people, you know, they just come, tee it up. I've had my practice round, and you know,
Yeah.
that's that.
Yeah.
What have you actually learned about the golf course? Have you learned anything about the tee boxes, the bunkers, how the ball behaves on the green speeds?
Yes.
So much to it.
Yes.
We just don't have it here.
That definitely will be something that we should probably have another segment on. Just on how to prepare and all this stuff, because I know
Yeah.
being that we are all golfers would also like to just change and shape and sharpen
Of
our
course.
game, especially from, I know the biggest part that everybody talks about now is the 4 items. There's the physical, there's the mental aspect,
Yeah.
there's the actual swing coach,
Yeah.
and there's the nutrition, and
Yeah.
there's the ability to be able to hit the ball that far. So there's the strength part of the game.
Strength, conditioning.
The conditioning. So
Yeah.
those 4 parts of the game.
Yeah.
No, I think here we only have 1 or 2. Definitely. I think that's a good idea, and I think that's something you could, with our show especially. And
Definitely. You know, I definitely feel that we could do with a lot more junior programs, amateur programs. You know, eventually, if I do end up, which is probably going to happen, making this my base, I'd love to be the coach of the national and junior team. I mean, what are the current crop of juniors going through at the moment? You know, we'll send 4 juniors to the All Africa Juniors, but they'll go and struggle, right? And then the Kenyan media comes and bashes the juniors.
Yeah.
But if the juniors are not prepared properly, how do you expect them to perform really good on the big stage?
That's true.
And that's something I want to change in this country. You know, there's the junior program, there's the amateur program, and there's the pro side of things, which I wanna really, really transform professional golf in Kenya. Really do that.
Okay, sounds good. Where should we find you? I know you're giving lessons and everything. Do you have a...
Yeah, so my Instagram is Mohits 1506. My Facebook is Mohit Medirata. My phone number is 0724 715 365. Please feel free to contact me in that for all golf related stuffs, you know, whether it's club fitting, regripping of clubs, golf coaching. I do coaching here, I do coaching at Sagona, so I do on-course lessons as well, teaching how to play different shots on the golf course. I can't teach you how to hit a ball under a tree on the driving range. So those are the things that we do on the golf course. So yeah, please feel free to contact me on Instagram, on Facebook. My number will be in the description below.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to helping Kenyans become better golfers.
Thank you very much, guys. You have it here from Live in Golf Kenya. Like, subscribe, follow. Here with Mohit at his residence. Please follow us and make sure you hit up Mohit on where to go and what to do with this game. As we all know, the game has evolved a lot. So let's move to the next level. Thank you.